Welcome, motherfuckers, to another edition of Tim's Tea. That's me, Timothy E. Lewis here, taking you coast to coast, doing the most. And you are in the crucible, the scrap chamber. Welcome to Fight Island. Behind the camera is Jeffrey Akins, the man of the people. And you know how we do it here. We do it big. We got some headliner scraps for y'all, and you gonna love it. And if you don't, well, get the fuck off my island.
Scrap, 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 scrap.
Right? One of three title fights, Petr Yan versus Aljamain Sterling, is the bout I'm most looking forward to at UFC 259. Why? Well, I think that this is one of the most brilliant stylistic matchups that the UFC has ever conjured. Despite that, I do think that it's going to come down to a somewhat rudimentary variable. In so many boxing matches, the fight is dictated by the jab, either who can negate it or who can implement it. Well, in mixed martial arts, as we're coming to see, it's the low kick, the calf kick that acts as the jab. And I believe that technique will be the crux of this bout. Enter Petr Yan. We have a really tantalizing fighter right here, one of the consensus baddest men in the UFC, straight out the gulag. One of the wavering attributes of Petr Yan is the lack of film we have against UFC competition, and therefore the lack of corresponding film and evidence as to the depth of his skill set. What we do know is that is one bad motherfucker. Looking back in the history of Petr Yan, some things become apparent, namely his stylistic foundation. He's a master of sport in boxing, and he started his life practicing Taekwondo. The common denominator here, two arts that fail to attack the lower body of their opponent. Now he's facing a very unique stylistic challenge in Aljamain Sterling, who brings a combination of attributes he's never seen before, which include an extensive reach advantage, a grappling-first approach, and the ability to seamlessly switch stances throughout engagement. What I'm not saying is that Petr Yan can't adjust to the new stylistic challenges of Aljamain Sterling. I could totally see the Siberian landing a head kick that has Aljamain waking up thinking he just fought Marlon Moraes. What I am saying is that's not the most likely outcome. Aljamain Sterling is bantamweight John Jones. He is built for 5 rounds, and he is going to win a decision. At the end of 25 minutes, here's what I see happening. I see a frustrated Petr Yan, somebody who is infuriated by the frailty of Aljamain's punches, somebody who's upset by the futility of his powerlessness in grappling exchanges, somebody who is going to bemoan the lack of engagement in his preferred context. But none of that matters, because Sterling will be gold.
Scrap, 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 scrap.
Right?
I'm mean, I'm fierce, I'm mad, I'm rude. I got that pro fighter attitude. I'm in the octagon with the podcast on. Let's talk about it on Scraptitude. You know I've been the best. Grab my belt and begin to flex.